Do you dislike paying income tax? Want to learn how to pay less? Learn more about the benefits of a TFSA from portfolio managers George McConechy and Scott McCartney on today's coffee break. George, Scott, welcome.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
So what can people do to pay less tax?
Well, there's a lot of ways to pay less tax or mitigate or defer tax. One thing that we do, which we believe is actually quite unique, is through utilization of a tax-free savings account strategy that we call the Snowball. And I remember when George brought this to my attention years ago, I walked into the office and he started talking about this, and I had to sit down and get him to actually go through a whiteboard scenario to actually get it. And it's now morphed into something that we use with clients all the time. And we think it's unique and it's very effective.
Great. George, tell us more about this crazy diagram you drew. What is the snowball effect?
The snowball effect, and it got its name from the person who actually named it was the guy that I practiced on to make it work. And they had a cash account and tax freeze, and what we would do is we would send him money every month. They're retired. We'd send him money every month, and he would save a certain portion of that to put into his tax-free come January. And I'm looking at all the dividends he's paying tax on in his cash account. I'm like, why don't we put the dividends in the tax account, in the tax-free, in the TFSA, and slip out the dividends as tax-free income, and then put the stocks in the cash account in kind into the tax-free and increase the dividends each year. So what that does, you're allowed in today's world $6,000 into the tax-free savings account, plus whatever you withdraw in dividends. So this past year, we put over $12,000 of taxable money into their tax-frees each. So $24,000 we hid from taxes.
Wow.
And we're getting about a 6% yield on those individual equities. So that $24,000 is spending out a little more than 12 grand or $1,200 a year tax-free to them. You compound that over 10 years, which we've been doing it for. They are so happy because we reduced their taxes by quite a few percentage points.
Well, I think if you invest in those equities that pay nice dividends and increase dividends, you're pulling out more and more cash flow, creating more and more room to tax shelter more money. That's brilliant. Now, I know for our viewers out there, this might be a lot to absorb in just a couple of minutes. So where can people go to find out more information, Scott?
Well, they can go right to our website. It's novispro.ca, and there's a whole section, we call it the Snowball.
Well, George, Scott, thank you so much for being on today's coffee break. And viewers, if you want to learn more about saving taxes and making smarter financial decisions, go to thewealthylife.com. And that's our coffee break. See you next time.